Good morning, everybody. Grace and peace to you from our Lord Jesus Christ and all the saints here in Central California. Um, Before I go on with the video, I wanted to point out that building in the back, that ominous looking structure being highlighted by the sunrise. More in a minute. That building back there is called the Towers. We call it the Towers. Has 5 floors, and it was built I think it was built in the 1920s. So it's close to 100 years old. We still have patients in there. We still have offices in there. And yesterday we got some exciting news. More in a minute. All right. So the whole story. If you remember last week, we had Extreme Networks come out and do a walk around of the whole campus. And chilly in here. Chilly this morning. They came out and did a whole walk through of the campus. And over 1 million square feet, I think, is what I came up with. One of the buildings they surveyed was that Towers building I was just showing you, just talking about. And since we got the wonderful news yesterday of we're going to have to move out. Basically, like I said, that building is about 100 years old. 2019 or so, we were told we had to vacate the building because it doesn't meet seismic standards for California. Probably completely true. I don't know. But, well, yes, I do. It does not meet seismic standards. It's an old construction brick building. Now, do we get earthquakes out here? Not that often. We have, in fact, had an earthquake since I've worked here. So we have had an earthquake out here, which we don't normally get. Now, the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, is just about 40 miles that way. Actually, that way. And, you know, they get earthquakes there quite frequently. There's multiple faults surrounding the Bay Area. Of course, the San Andreas Fault, the most popular, goes right through the middle of San Francisco, up through Point Reyes, and then down through California Central Valley. We have the Hayward Fault, which, if you've ever been in the Bay Area, there's some hills that begin around, you probably don't know where Panola is, but where Oakland is, Hayward, down through San Jose, Mount Hamilton, that's the Hayward Fault. Those hills are actually the fault line. And there's a Diablo Fault. There's a whole bunch of faults surrounding the Bay Area. But out here, I live in the Central Valley, which is a huge valley. If you've ever looked at a map of California, there's a big valley right in the center of it. It's about 600 miles long and about 60, 70 miles wide. It's a huge valley. It's a very stable environment. It's all just alluvial soil. That soil is very deep. I don't know the exact geological makeup, but I know there's no tectonic plates under us. We're near the edge, but not on the edge. We're well back from it. So all of that to say, we don't get earthquakes out here very often. Like I said, we did get one. It wasn't centered anywhere near here. It was centered over in the Sacramento River Delta, as a matter of fact. Nevertheless, it does not meet seismic standards. So we were told in 2019 we have to move out. Got to get out of there. You know, it's old. You know, it's very historic. So we hate to see it torn down or anything, but you got to get people out of there until you either build something new or make that one seismically safe, which is probably not affordable, not feasible. Okay, we were making plans to move out, and then COVID-19 pandemic hit. And at which time we received a waiver. Said, okay, we know hospitals are going to be swamped. We know you're going to need the extra bed space, so we're going to allow you to keep using that building on an emergency basis during the pandemic. Well, it did. Needing tons of hospital space, it didn't really materialize for us. I don't know about other hospitals. We had tents brought in, we had extra beds brought in, we set up all kinds of facilities, including up in the towers for extra bed space, most of which was never utilized. We might have used some extra in the towers, but it never filled up. We never used the temporary tents or bed space. We had a temporary morgue set up. Never used that. I mean, they did, but it wasn't for, there weren't bodies just stacked up in there like they were expecting. They just used it because it was there, not because they needed to. We have another morgue right over here in the lab. It could have easily handled the load. So, okay, fast forward to today. The hospital kind of acted like they forgot that that was just an emergency use. Now, I don't know. I'm not privy to behind the scenes and what was discussed. This is all just coming to me through hearsay, through the gossip chain. They were starting to move patients back in there. They're starting to keep them overnight. There's office space over there. We have people setting up office, people that are an entire floor that's just office workers. Our biomed guys are up on the 5th floor. That's the top floor. They like it up there because it's quiet and out of the way. And biomed is the guys that walk around and they repair, like the respirators or the IV pumps, or any biomechanical medical devices. They repair them, monitor them, maintain them. So they're going to have to move. We've got our sleep lab, where they diagnose sleep disorders, is in there. We've got an oncology clinic in there. We've got what do they call it? Radiology school, where they teach radiologists how to radiate, I guess. Anyway, bottom line, special procedures. What are special procedures? That's basically the police bring and the prison systems bring prisoners over. They get quick little checkups. They get their shots, whatever, and then they take them back to jail. That's in the towers. So all of that's there. Yesterday we hear all the patients have to be out tonight by 7 p.m. Apparently the CEO of the hospital got wind of this, and I don't know how long in advance anybody knew, but he went downtown to the county yesterday to try to intervene, and was told, nope, you guys are out of time. It's time to move everybody out of there. So patients had to be out last night at 7. Office workers have to be out by, I think, the end of this month. So this month being April. So they have 2 weeks to get out. And okay, network. What does that mean? I mean, this is network admin life. What does this mean to a network admin? Well, let me show you. This is the whole network here, and basically this little branch over here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 switches, gonna get lopped off. So this whole area is towers. Is there anything else in the towers here? No. Yeah, that's all towers. So this little branch is going to get cut off. So yeah, you can see that's quite a few switches. I mean, 8, what did I say? I already forgot. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or so switches. That's a lot of ports. So those people all have to go somewhere, and that's what someone is going to have to figure out, not me. It also means that this represents 5 stories of a building, and it also means that wireless survey that was done last week, all of this don't matter. We're not going to be doing anything in there now. Over the next few months, the wireless will be decommissioned, network will be decommissioned. I tell you what, I am not going to be in a hurry to do it because I just have a feeling that something may happen and they may either get an extension, whoops, or they may move them back in there. Let me get back in here. There we go. So short term, what does that mean for this network admin here? Well, like I said, all those employees have to go somewhere. Now, the office workers, I can imagine they're just going to have them work from home in the meantime. But we've got clinics where we see patients. Where are they going to go? Don't know. So what I can foresee in the short term is portable buildings being brought in somehow. Not me. So don't give me suggestions on how to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's not because I don't want to. It's because it just won't be my job. Somebody is going to bring in these buildings, and somebody is going to have to get network connectivity to the building. Once that's been provided, then I'm going to have to find a way to get network switches set up in those areas, and or wireless. We could just tell them, hey, you're all just going to use wireless in here. That's it. You're wireless. Oh, so yeah, anyhow, that's going to be an interesting thing to do. So before retirement, my last project was supposed to be just set up wireless, and yeah, now it's looking like we're just going to be setting up wireless in some trailers. That's going to be my suggestion, rather than bring in switches and a bunch of Ethernet cables, and we'll see if it gets any traction. I may end up sending up switches in all these however many trailers they set up, and yeah, it's gonna be a pain. So anyway, is there anything else? Oh yeah, and also in the wireless realm, I was authorizing my new APs yesterday in preparation for the rollout of the APs. We're going to start rolling them out in a couple of weeks, maybe, depending on what engineering has to do, because they're going to put our APs up. If they're moving people and setting up trailers, then I don't know, they may not be able to do much. So I don't know. I find this whole situation amusing. So even though it's going to cause a lot of work on my part, but I don't know why this whole thing just amuses me. That how can you not know you're going to be kicked out of an entire 5-story building? But yeah, I don't earn the big bucks, and I don't pretend to be smart enough to know how to what all they have to put up with. Yeah, okay, so I'm getting distracted again. The wireless thing that happened to me yesterday as I was authorizing these new APs says you have exceeded your number of Wi-Fi 7 licenses. I need a license for Wi-Fi 7? What? You sold me all these APs. Did you not sell me the licensing? Come on, Extreme, do better. Maybe I was supposed to ask. I don't know. I didn't know to ask. So, yeah. So that's another situation I got to get straightened out this week or next before we start the actual rollout. Which, who knows? I don't know. Maybe they'll, give us special dispensation to go just install these APs. Normally we can't. We are normally prevented from doing that in IT because we got this thing here in California called OSHPD, and everything has to be done to OSHPD requirements. And engineering is the only ones certified to do that, whatever that certification entails. I'm not sure. So anyway, that's the big news this week. Yeah, so going to be interesting few months coming up, I'm sure. So, okay, guys, I'm done talking. As always, if you like what you saw, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. If you have any comments or suggestions, questions, send them along. And I set up an email for those of you who want to ask me questions. Please don't, guys, Please don't ask me to help you come to this country. I have no way of doing that. I have no way to get you into this country. Our current president right now is sending everybody out. So, no, I can't help you get in here. I'm sorry. I'm not in a position where I can mentor people. Maybe later in a several months from now I can do that. But right now I can't be a member. But if you have questions you want to ask me or suggestions you want to make that you don't want to do on the channel, please do leave comments on the channel, because it helps me. It helps me earn that $150 every month that I get. Literally, that's what I get for this channel. It's about $150 a month. Because I don't really game the system. I don't really game the algorithm. I don't make flashy videos. Sometimes I'm not consistent with when they come out. So leave a comment on the channel, but there will be an email that you can send to me, send questions and suggestions. And it's going to be networkadminlife@pm.me. Networkadminlife, all one word, @pm.me. All right, that's all I got this week, guys. We'll see you all next week. God bless.